Sage Goddess Brown-Eyed Girl, and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about what I thought of Pride and Prejudice, starting with Mr. Darcy, since he seems to be the one that people either like or hate. Now, I'm in the middle because I do think that he's arrogant. I don't think he's stuck up, just arrogant. And I think that's because of his status in society. I don't think anyone has argued with him or told him no. And that he's just used to getting his way. And I also think that he's socially awkward. And as far as Elizabeth Bennet goes, I just don't care for her. I think that she is stuck up for no reason, and that she is ashamed of her family other than Jane, and she is especially ashamed of her mother, and the way she treats her mother is unacceptable in my opinion. And throughout the whole book, the only person she talks nicely about is Jane. And yeah, I just don't care for Elizabeth Bennet at all. And as far as the relationship between Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, I personally wouldn't want to be in that relationship, because he did say that she was plain and not pretty enough for him, and that would constantly be in the back of my mind throughout the whole relationship. That would be all I would think about. Like, why did he think that the first time he ever saw me? So, and this part could be spoilers. I don't think it is, because Pride and Prejudice has been around long enough and popular enough that I don't think there's really any spoilers. But when Lydia ran off with Wickham and then came back and the mom celebrated, I was like, no, your daughter ran off. But the more I thought about it, the more I was thinking of the prodigal son. And for those of you who don't know the story of the prodigal son, basically the son asked for his inheritance from his father, ran off, lost his inheritance, came back, the father celebrated, and the brother got jealous. Well, Lydia ran off with Wickham, lost her reputation, marries Wickham, and comes back. The mother celebrates, and Elizabeth gets mad. And between those aspects, I did draw the correlations between what happened in Lydia in Pride and Prejudice and the prodigal son. And yeah, that just kept going through my mind as I kept thinking on that. And at the same time, I'm not surprised that Lydia ran off with Wickham, because none of the Bennet sisters seemed to have any guidance or directions, and seemed just to be left up to their own devices and to do whatever they want. Everyone goes on about how horrible Mr. Darcy is. And I admit at the beginning of the book he's not the best character, but there is character growth with him. But what about the Bennet's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Bennet? They're just as bad, and there's no character growth, especially Mr. Bennet. And both Mr. and Mrs. Bennet clearly show favoritism among their children. And Mr. Bennet, he doesn't want to deal with anything, and if it's not of interest to him, it's an inconvenience. And once Elizabeth marries Mr. Darcy, the way I interpreted it, he's constantly at Pemberley and away from his family. And he makes fun of his wife. Mrs. Bennet, I do find, is materialistic and shallow, but I'm more forgiving towards her, because the way Mr. Bennet and Elizabeth Bennet treats her, Like, how else is she supposed to act? It's just, I almost feel sorry for her in some parts. Outside today. Yeah, like, the way I talked about it seems like I didn't enjoy the book. I did, and of the Jane Austens I've read, it is my favorite so far. And if y'all have any prayer requests, y'all can leave them in the comments, and I'll add them to my prayer list and pray for y'all. But have a good day, and God bless.